Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope everyone's staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. So, we're continuing on, we're on the last sort of infantry models. Just finished up my Nomad Prince, if you can see him there. Post up some pictures of him. So just got his base to do, but his base is currently drying. So, where did I even put that base? That's not good. I lost the base. Anyway, we're painting up the banners now. They're all that's left, so we've got these two to paint up. We're going to be working on them tonight. I finished the horses for the Wild Riders, so that means I've just got the Wild Riders like riders to do. I've got my two Tree Lords, and I've got these two banners here, and then basing, and we're done with the Wanderer project. Alrighty, so if you're joining us, let us know what you're hobbying on, what you have been hobbying on, all that sort of jazz. Love to hear from you all. But let's get cracking into this. Got my painting guide and let's get going. Gold, we're done. So Ogre camo, have that out here somewhere. Lovely. Oh, nice. Mordhin Cursed City building. Sounds awesome, man. You managed to get yourself a copy of Cursed City? Dang. Well, I have a copy of Cursed City, so if you ever want to play, hit me up and we can organize playing a game together. Yeah, the minis are really nice. They're all down here at the moment. Oh, nice. You're working on some Fire Slayers. Nice Fire Slayer furnace. Awesome. Do need to finish up. I started to start collecting a box of Fire Slayers. I've pretty much got the Magma Drop and basing to do, so I really need to go back to that at some point and just finish off that little project. Sorry. Yeah, man. Soulblight look cool. I mean, I'm unlikely to go all ham into the army. I'm probably saving up for the new edition. There's probably going to be a ton of Stormcast coming out, and that's all my jam. So that'll be where a lot of my money goes, probably. Oh, nice. Magma Drops in it. Yeah, I just I picked up a Star Collecting box and did that. Nice, man. Dude, go in all in on an army. It would be awesome to be able to have you at games days and stuff like that playing along with the rest of us. The game, like, the community is just growing and growing now. Come to events, win those Best Painted awards. Nothing gets you painting like an event. Yeah, man. Going out is it's good. I struggle from time to time. Sometimes anxiety does not let me go out of the house, but getting better. Jacob, I am painting a old Wood Elf BSB. So to create a little bit of diversity within my army of the 50 Wildwood Rangers, I'm painting up the 2 Wood Elf Battle Standard Bearers as 2 of my banner bearers. So these are the old banner bearers. This lady, she was available through the web store for quite a while. She's a female Battle Standard Bearer. This guy was actually only ever released in the big launch box 2006. I'm used to, in the big $300 boxes that came out for armies back in fantasy days, you used to get like a special one. I've got this one, and I've got the wizard, the fire wizard that's on fire from the Empire box set that came out as well. Some really cool minis came out in those boxes. So yeah, I'm painting up both the BSBs. And they're just going to be just standard bearers in my units of Wildwood Rangers, just to give a little bit more to the units. I don't want to paint up the models because they're really cool. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of Wildwood Rangers. There are 48 of them because there's obviously 2 here. 48 Wildwood Rangers done. I got 10 Wild Riders. I finished up their horses. So I'm using the old Wild Riders. If this doesn't show how long I've been playing Wood Elves, I don't know what will. Actually, I'll show you how long I've been playing Wood Elves. My Nomad Princess Score the Falconer. Just finished painting him up. Just going to put him on his base, which I've misplaced somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. I put it somewhere. Yeah, big armies are what I like to play. I like lots of models. Up there's the 60 Liberators that are painted for SAGT. Wood Elves were certainly my favourite army in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Probably closely contested second were Skaven. Skaven and Wood Elves were my 2 fantasy armies. They were the 2, like, I only ever played those 2. Funnily enough, I've never really played Skaven in AOS at all. Ever. Skaven, yeah. Well, the start of Skaven will be painting 60 clan rats, and then I can pretty much paint whatever I want from there. That's how I generally tackle my projects now. Is like how I tackle projects is I try and hit out the big block first, and it just makes everything go so easy. Yeah, I've still got Island of Blood. I've got multiple sets of the Skaven side. I sold all my High Elf ones for a pretty penny. So I managed to sell all my High Elf sides off. I just don't have use for it. I think I've got 1 Mage left and 1 Griffin dude left. But I've got heaps of Skaven. Got the Warlock Engineers, got the cool Rat Ogres, got the Lord there. So, tons of Skaven. Storm Vermin are amazing. I've got 20 of them sitting there. Oh, Space Hulk's such a nice game, man. Dude, you have me interested with Space Hulk. If I wasn't putting my pennies away for new Age of Sigmar, I'd probably snap your hand off for it. Augustine, thank you very much, man. Glad you enjoy the channel. We are live this time every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday night. So if you ever want to come chat and talk Warhammer with us, we will be live then. You better go check up. I chuck up every week of what the live shows are going to be. Yeah, man. I live and breathe Warhammer. It's what keeps me alive. I've played against Bretonia once, not for a long time. One of my mates had a Bretonia army in 8th edition, so it was common to play against it in the start of AOS, but he eventually moved on from that. Bretonia Stormcast. Yeah. I should mention too, everyone should go check out Grimdark Live. They are where I found all the... Well, I've been a decent contributor to the rumor engine. Apparently they know someone. So go give them a check out. They are the ones that are dropping all the rumors first. I thought I'd just give my opinions on them. Yeah, Bretonian Stormcast. I mean, that's got me interested. I mean, I love Stormcast anyway, so you didn't really need to interest in me that much, GW, to go and get some, but you have. I'm listening. Yeah, Old Hammer definitely excites me, like, through a nostalgic thing. I just love some of the old minis I have laying about. They're always fun to paint. Yeah, so the paint scheme, I'm doing the what would have been like Summer or Taliesin scheme on my Wood Elves. I don't really think I regret most like not buying an army in Warhammer Fantasy. I ended up having the two armies that I love the most, with Wood Elves and Skaven. Like I have all the limited edition models from both those collections. There's not like Bretonian never really interested me. I'm always like sort of been an elf person. High elves never really interested me more. Like, what else was always my thing? I always loved that. Like, it'll surprise no one that my favorite characters in Lord of the Rings are Haldir and Legolas. Like, that should just surmise on what I like about elves. And Skaven were that weird, wacky army I liked as well. Yeah, I don't think there's any really that I don't like. The two, like looking at the ones that don't exist anymore, like Chaos Dwarves don't interest me. Britannia doesn't interest me. Tomb Kings I don't really care much for. Kislev, not really. Yeah, I don't really think there's many. Like, and nowadays, I own 90% of the Age of Sigmar armies. I guess the ability to run armies in smaller numbers. Like, fantasy was huge. Like, I'm talking 50 models here for, like, painting up that army, but in a 2,000, 2,500 point game of fantasy, that's a unit. Like, in Age of Sigmar, most models equate to being about 10 points a model. In fantasy, the average points cost of many models was about 5 to 6. The points cost in AOS is almost like a cost of a single model in AOS is about 1.5 to 1.8 times what it was in fantasy. So you almost cut down in half the amount of models you're needing on the table, in case many more. Yeah, fantasy was extremely costly. Evening, Nick. Yeah, it's much easier, and smaller games are much better in AOS than they ever were in fantasy. Playing like 1,000 point games in fantasy was nowhere near as fun as it is in AOS. I don't know what to think with Cities of Sigmar. Like, we're getting the Order of Azir. I think, yeah, your generic dwarves are always probably going to be a part of Cities of Sigmar. I think that's the idea of Cities of Sigmar is it is your generic elves, humans, dwarves. I don't reckon that's got much truth to it, Jacob, because try to It all depends. Like it could have some truth to it. There is maybe some truth, but no, dwarves can run like full Dwarden in Cities of Sigmar. Tempest Eye is really good in full Dwarden. And what's cool about Tempest Eye is it allows you to take KO. So you could run full Dwarden in Tempest Eye quite easy. Ironbreakers is great. And yeah, Tempest Eye, Ironbreakers, Ben. Check out Tempest Eye. I mean, Belagar does get killed, man. He did. Talar Sand, do I have that out or do I need to go researching? Okay, Fleshstone. Lacey Green. Yeah. Talar Sand. Talar Sands. Arnold, nice to see them, man. Yeah, I try to be active. I mean, that's how I keep doing what I do. You got to be active to. I put up a bunch of posts. I'm really talking about getting some done. I have a full 2,000 points of Carriage on Overlords literally sitting just there waiting on the paint desk. So that'll be something that happens. Dude, it's probably got something to do with the fact, like, I guess, ADHD. I'm obsessive about what I get passionate about. Augustin, that is awesome, man. I love that. I've been really tempted to go get myself a Battle Mage on Griffin to run in Settlers Gain. I think there's a really cool like build for a Battle Mage on Griffin and Settlers Gain. Is it the most competitive option in Settlers Gain? Probably not, but I think I can make a pretty cool Battle Griffin in there. So you've got a decent amount of stuff there. I mean, 4 Hellstrom rocket batteries, you're always going to have like Greywater Fastness should always be a thought there. Yeah, and like you got to remember what I do. It doesn't take a lot. Mine is all suggestive, sort of pointing in the way videos for the most part. Like where my idea is sort of giving people the first sort of bits of knowledge they need to go out and do their stuff. That's what I aim to do with my channel. I don't aim to be an encyclopedia or like something that Nate does where he does full-on videos talking about how to build something and how he's done it. That's not what I do. I have my own place in the chain, or so I feel. And it seems to be the way it goes because I have a lot of new players come to the channel. That's generally what I try to aim to do anyway. I try to aim to be like that. The look at it I give my channel myself is I am baby's first Warhammer. That's how I like to look at what I try to envision my channel being. But yeah, yeah. Augustine, I would definitely suggest checking out Greywater Fastness. You've got a decent amount of artillery pieces there, plus the Hurricaneums are really good with all of that. And then yeah, you got handgunners there as well. You got guards protector. I would definitely check out Greywater Fastness. That would be my pick. And yeah, the general idea I would do behind Greywater Fastness, like the one piece I would probably say to add into your Greywater Fastness army is probably go get the Stormcast Lord Ordinator. He gives +1 to hit to War Machines, so he'll give +1 to hit to all those War Machines. The Stormcast Lord Ordinator. The one piece I recommend getting. Because you can add him and then the Hurricane on top, giving all your War Machines +2 to hit. Oh, awesome. If you've got him, then yeah, definitely Greywater Fastness. Like, you've got all the pieces there. I'd go him. You want a Rune Lord in there because you want a Priest. So you need the Dwarden Rune Lord. That's the other piece you need because the Priest gets to cast prayers in Greywater. He's got some extra ones there he can use. After Gardas, I mean, the next biggest character is the Bear Eater, isn't it? Really? What is he? Tempest Lords? Tempest Lords? Is he? Yeah. Or even Knights Excelsior. You could have the White Reaper from Excelsis. Would be really cool. Or like give us an actual Balthasar model from the Anvils of the Heldenhammer. Nah, probably Cities is my main army. Cities of Sigmar is my main army, I would say. Stormcast is a close second, though, without a doubt. Hamilcar, that's the one. Astral Templars, wrong color. Celestial Vindicators. I don't really know if any of the cities of Sigma are particularly close with them. It's funny. Stormcast are like Space Marines, where the different parts of it don't necessarily work the best together. I would recommend, if you're going to get into Stormcast, so you've got the first two. There's parts of them that work together. It's really interesting how Stormcast work. The Soul Wars one definitely has more stuff that works. I'll be putting up some narrative stuff for talking about cities in other realms. I've been working on something cool to help make like a fun narrative generator for Cities of Sigmar. So that should be up on the channel soon. But you've probably got enough to play with Stormcast there. Like, it'll work. You probably need a few of the extra pieces. The Relic is really good from the first set. But other than, and like the Selston on Drakos can be pretty cool. But mostly Soul Wars is by far better value at the moment. Oh, nice. Yeah, the old box is good for battle line tanks. And some sweet models. Like Prosecutors are awesome models. I love the Prosecutor models. Just wish they were good. And the Retributor models. I just wish they were good. Oh yeah, I play Warcry all the time. In fact, we should have a Warcry campaign going on being worked on soon. Currently painting this guy, a Battle Standard Bearer for my Cities of Sigmar. It'll be going Standard Bearer that'll be going into my Wildwood Ranger unit. Warcry's heaps of fun, man. Me and my mate learned how to play it, recorded a battle report in 45 minutes. When it first came out, it's really cool. I'd love to see them go back to the Realm Gate Wars and tell more stories through it. I don't see that happening too commonly. I think most of the stories they try and tell are pushing the story forward. Drakespawn Knights, decent, but they're not what you think they are. They're a defensive unit. Although I do like combining them with a Dreadlord on Black Dragon. You charge 5 of them in, they clear the screen, the dragon then smacks in behind. Oh, nice. Yeah, Warcry is a ton of fun, man. Warcry is really, really cool and really quick and really fast. Warcry, pretty much the same. Cities of Sigmar, Stormcast. Out of the warbands, I have Untamed Beast. I like the Untamed Beast a lot. I like the Dreadlord, Black Dragon, and Anvil Guard. I like the Jutting Bones command trait on it. Jutting Bones, Drakeblood Curse on him, where he gets D3 mortal wounds as an impact. This can really help him just get those few extra wounds in case the Drakespawn don't do enough. I like him in Anvil Guard. I have never played Kings of War in my life. I just didn't like enough of the Mantic miniatures. Nice. Stegodon getting ready for that box set. You got one ordered of that box set from somewhere Hi-Fi and Red? Oh, wait, no, it comes out next week. Yeah. Get onto that as quick as you can, because from what I know, they are limited stock, those boxes. Due to some issues around multiple things. Like, for me, the game is secondary. I like the minis first. That is my big thing. Good addition to Dreadlord. I mean, it depends what city you're going down. Like, if you're going to play like Misthaven, I've got some Imrahil. I've got some Misthaven battle reports using the Dreadlord and Black Dragon and Drakespawn Knights you might find useful to have a look at to sort of get an idea. That might be the best way to give you an idea of just like what you can do with that. Because it depends what city you're going to play and depends what you should be taking alongside that Dreadlord. I use my Dreadlord differently in different cities that I'm playing. So, like in Misthaven, he's an ambush damage dealing unit, while in Anvil Guard, he's a lone killer that I send out by himself, and the rest of my force doesn't sort of do anything with him. Steve T, greetings, mate. I am good. Yourself? Nice. Currently working from home. Yet still in that sort of stage in the UK, isn't it? Where you're sort of still having to work from home. Fortunately, I have work tomorrow. I don't really want to go. Well, one day we won't have to. Maybe we'll be able to do this full time one day and we won't have to go home, hey? We won't have to go to work. This will be work. That'd be the dream. I'm a chef at a little restaurant, a little cafe called Cafe Zito in Adelaide. Double Dreadlord is certainly quite good. Drakespawn Chariots are decent. I mean, they can do some cool impact hit stuff. The Scourge Runners are really good as well. The other variation of that kit, you can just run them. No worries, Nate. Thank you for coming in, man. If you like terrain building and stuff and all that, everyone jump onto Nate's Miniatures. He's a good bloke, and he does some really cool terrain building videos. You should definitely check out if that's the sort of thing you're into. Always, man. What's the saying? A rising tide lifts all boats. And next time Nate's on, we'll keep pestering him so he comes over and plays some games with me. Hey, we'll get him on the channel for some games one day. Righty. Some blue, green. One day we'll be able to do this full time. One day. But, so yeah, anyone watching, where are we watching from? What are you hobbying on? What's been your latest hobby project that you've been working on? Love to hear what everyone's been up to and doing. No worries, Arnold. See you back in a bit, mate. Oh, nice. Zone Mortalis campaign for 40k, some Death Guard. Awesome. Ooh. Jacob, it depends what you've got, I guess. I think the Azeroth is probably more useful. The reroll ability is pretty darn good. I also like the Azeroth model better. But he also doesn't get cool Birdman pet. So there's that to think of as well. The Venator is fun, without a doubt. But I think the Azeroth gives you more, if that makes sense. The Venator is definitely more fun. Oh, nice. Got some Hedonites going. Do you have like the half of the box set plus an extra 10 day minutes in the Fane to paint up for some Hedonites? I was doing like pink with like lime green hair. It was pretty cool. Oh, I got a bit of a leak. But where did all that paint come from? It's on my finger. Well, actually, I'm using one of those things a lot. Just so we don't have any accidents happen. There's paint on my hands and stuff. No, I don't use a wet palette. My main reason is because I'm colorblind. So if I used a wet palette and left it and came back the next day, I would not be able to tell what color's what. So for me, they just don't do anything. I might use like an ad hoc one during summer, but this room, because it's small and closed where I am, I mean like a little out room that I've got, it can keep quite cool in here. So wet palettes don't really become an issue. It's about what I paint with, like the colors I use. You'll notice like a lot of my schemes. It's also like learning, like tutorials for painting are really useful for like learning how you should paint. If that makes sense. I never knew I was colorblind until, funnily enough, I got in a massive aisle. So colorblindness isn't what people think. It's not like you don't see color. Colorblindness is like a better way to describe it is like you're color dyslexic. That'd be the greatest way to describe colorblindness. Not that I don't see color, I don't understand. My brain doesn't understand color, if that makes sense. I can see this color, just can't understand. So I'm red, green, blue, purple. I am as bad as it gets. So that's why you saw me. I was like looking for Cadian flesh tone, and to me, Elysian green looks like I'm using Cadian flesh tone now. Those side by side look exactly the same. I don't know what they look like to everyone else, but there's no difference. You'd be surprised how many of you are probably somewhat colorblind. Like, it apparently affects like 10% of men. Apparently, men are much more likely to be colorblind than women. I just happen to be in like the 1% of that 10% that are completely and utterly badly colorblind. So yeah, greens and reds are really hard to tell. It's hard to tell things apart. That's where it's not that I don't see certain colors. It's that it's hard to tell them apart. If you give me green and there's only green, I know it's green. And if you give me red and there's only red, I know it's red. But if you give red and green, it becomes really hard. And it's really hard when like the colors are merging on like with other things. So like playing like FIFA on the PlayStation or Xbox or Switch or whatever, playing FIFA is really interesting because I have to have the two teams at such different colors. I can't have like say, I don't know, say one team wearing Sheffield Wednesday wearing white and blue stripes, right? I can't have that against like purple and white stripes. Or like red and white. So Sheffield United, red and white stripes versus Kilmarnock, which is green and white stripes. Like it would be so impossible for me to tell what I'm playing. Oh, nice, Tim. Yeah, that is the best way to describe it. It's like you're not colorblind, you're color dyslexic. That is the easiest way to explain colorblindness. It's not that I don't see color, it's that I struggle to understand it. That limits what I do. That's why I stick to GW paints. GW are fantastic with their paints, and like the amount of painting tutorials they have on different colors really makes it easy to paint. Ever since they started doing like the tutorials and stuff, my painting ability has just gone up and up because I've found an easy way, and because they're so instructional there. method to how they paint. The whole base, wash, layer, highlight is really easy to follow. Even if I can't quite see the difference in the colors, I can place it where I know it should go, based on their method of how they paint. Yeah, and that's like, I didn't start painting properly until I'd left high school. Like, I was just so afraid to paint, because it was just such a daunting thing. And now GW just do such a good job at making painting such an easy access. Yeah. It's the same with everything about Warhammer. Like, Warhammer in general is just so much easier to get into. I mean, I look at like all the other Warhammer YouTuber channels that are like so good with like helping get in. I mean, mine's very basic and help, but I like to think it helps people get into the game a little bit. Then you have people like good mates of mine, like AOS Coach, who does fantastic stuff, or my good mates over on Aethercast. I'm really good mates with Kron from Aethercast. He's a good mate of mine for a long time now, and they like up the level of every KO player in the world just by sharing their knowledge. And Warhammer in general is just so much easier to get into. My first ever minis were some of the old metal dryads. They were my first mini, the old metal dryads. I don't think I have those 2 metal dryads anymore, and I would love to go get a couple of the old metal dryads just to paint my first models. Other than that, after them, it was, funnily enough, Wood Elves didn't have a proper army when I started. So after that, I got into Skaven to start with, and it was a Rattling Gun and some Clan Rats. So maybe I need to go paint a Rattling Gun. I've got one of them laying about. What was everyone's first mini? Does everyone remember their first mini in chat there? If you remember your first mini, let us know in the chat. That'd be lovely to hear from everyone. Just be a little bit quiet for a second. I'm painting eyes. Thrilling stuff on camera, I know. Oh, the Empire vs. Greenskin, the 5th edition stuff set with like the cardboard cutout tower, Jacob. I remember that was actually what we got started on, me and my cousins. So I played with my 3 cousins when we got started. 2 of my cousins bought that, and then me and my other cousin, we got Lisbon and Skaven to start with. We used to have Empire and Lisbon versus Orcs and Goblins and Skaven games all the time. My first 40k model was a box of Dire Avengers. I remember that. Probably going to pack up in just in a second. I'm going to do a little tattoo on this guy, and then we'll probably call it for the night. However, if you'd like to come see what I painted up, I'll post it in the Discord server. If you're not already in our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video where you can jump in that. And yeah, there's something about your old mini, like your first mini. I do have one of those Endra Masters with dirigible, Endra Master with dirigible suit. Be really cool to paint up. So we're going to get some Soto green, and we're going to try and do a tattoo on this guy's leg here. We'll see if I don't screw this up. Cool. I'll just do a little highlight on his tattoo on his leg. Alrighty, well, we're going to leave it there for the night, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget, come jump down in the Discord if you haven't already. Come join us there. And also, special shout out to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon. Thank you all for supporting the channel via the Patreon and YouTube members. There's links to those in the description of the video as well if you wish to help the channel grow and some more. But stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. I'll see you all again real soon. Ciao for now.